Alrighty.
NoBoBuMe.
Let's start this up. This is craziness right here, but we have a lot of ghost investigators, and we're going to go through some evidence, and we're going to have everybody go through introduce yourselves. I'm seeing Debbie first. No offense, everybody. We're going to go from Debbie, and then I'll go to Nicole and Maria, or you can pass it off to whoever's next. If you can introduce yourselves and, how you got started quickly in the paranormal. We'll do that. And then what we'll do is we'll go into what this show is about. We're talking about the legendary Chance Theater in Poughkeepsie. That was an investigation that took place there, hosted by Full Moon Paranormal. And all of you, plus more, were in there investigating, but there's some great stuff that came out of it, and we're going to go through it. So we'll start with Debbie. First of all, welcome everybody to the show. This is NoBoBuMe, which stands for Nobody But Me. But now I have a lot of ladies and my buddy Al Santariga here, who is also investigating. So he's now a official guest. But in that, Debbie, please welcome yourself to the show, and then just tell everybody who you are. You are mute, and let me unmute you. Okay, you have to unmute your mic. It's on your end, not my end. There we go. Uh-oh.
Still muted, Deb.
Still muted. Deb. Hold on. Yeah, try it now. No sound?
Now get in.
Okay. What we'll do is we'll go to Nicole. Sorry, Nicole. And then see if you can, maybe it's on is it on your headset? This is what happens. This is technical difficulty.
Do you have a headset?
No.
Okay.
So maybe raise the button. Are you PC or Mac?
Yeah.
Phone. Well, in your app, you'll see a permission. Is it red?
She's on her phone.
Yeah, no, I know that. But if you tap the screen, you'll see like your microphone and a camera. It's on. Turn it off and then try to turn it back on again. Because you were working fine when you came in.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I'd say is you can try to get back into the stream and go that way if you want, and then try to reinitiate that into the stream. So in other words, end it, then go back in with a link and then try it again. Yeah, and then we'll go to Nicole first, and I'll look for you down here and I'll add you in. Hi, Nicole.
I can't hear anything.
You can't. Can you hear me?
You can't hear anybody?
I can hear. Let me see, Nicole.
We can hear you, Nicole. Can you hear us?
Oh, you can't hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay.
So then we can hear you and you can hear us. So if you can introduce yourself, we'll start this off with you, and we'll get Deb back into the stream in a moment.
Okay. I am Nicole Chivattoni. I joined Full Moon Paranormal with Debbie and Lisa. This is actually my first investigation with them. But I have been into, ghost hunting and paranormal for as long as I can remember. So this, it was a great first investigation. And so I was really glad to meet them and be part of the team, and had a really great experience with the chance, and look forward to all of our events coming up in the future.
That is awesome. And we have, okay, so someone is sharing full screen layout. We're going to go to Maria and
Jolene. Hi, Jolene. Hi, I'm Maria Phillips, and this is my daughter, Jolene. I have been interested in the paranormal for many, many years. And Jolene, I, and along with 4 other ladies, are part of Ladies of the Ghost Hunt paranormal group. And we've been good friends with Debbie and Lisa for many, many years, and have joined them on the investigation at the chance.
that is awesome. And now we're going to go to you, Willow Diane.
Hi, everyone. I'm Willow. I guess I've grown up paranormal, and I've been doing paranormal investigating for a lot of years now. At least a good dozen years with Duchess Paranormal. I also do a little traveling in investigations. I'm a psychic medium, so I do a lot of like holistic healing and volunteering with horse rescues. So I also joined everyone here within the chance. It was a great event, and I wait to discuss it.
Awesome. Then we're going to go to you. Let's try Deb before you, Lisa. Sorry about that. Let me try Deb. Can we hear you?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yay!
It's perfect. Hey, we're going to go through these technical difficulties all night long. I trust me. But this is part of this is part of being ghost hunters. And I mean, how many times have batteries drained on all of us? But go ahead, introduce yourself, Deb.
Hi, I'm Debbie Phillips. I'm with Full Moon Paranormal. I got started actually doing ghost investigating a couple of years ago. My sister-in-law, Maria Phillips, who's here, and Lisa LaScola. And I've always experienced the paranormal my whole life. So I decided to create a group with my girlfriend and Nicole, and we are Full Moon Paranormal.
That is awesome. And last but not least, Lisa, how are you doing? Welcome. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
She's frozen.
She was frozen initially, but let's see what happens. This is what happens with this stuff. So I apologize. Okay. Can Lisa hear us? Lisa, can you hear us? She did change position. So what I would say is, Lisa, if you drop out and then go back into the link and do it again, you'll be in, and we'll add you to it again, and then we can go and get your info and bio, and we can start this lovely investigation off after we hear from the guy in the corner, Al. So that's what I would try. If I don't know if Lisa if you can hear me, or you can't. There we go. Okay. And she's going to come back in. While we're doing that, I'm going to add Al Santariga. Is that your name?
That's what they call me. Yeah. I was lucky enough to be invited to the Chance Theater by Deb and Lisa. And I know these ladies for a long time. We've been hanging out, doing investigations with other groups, and it was a pleasure to be there. And we got some great stuff. I'm looking forward to tonight.
That is awesome. And hopefully we're going to get other Lisa coming in a second, but I'm waiting for her to pop into the studio. This is a first for me because although this is a new product, if we were Skype, I could get like 50 people and not a problem. But seeing what this is, just so everybody can understand from home, we're doing this. There we go. Let's get Lisa to the stream. Hello, Lisa. It's buffering. Hey, how are you? She's a little sideways today. Hi, Lisa. Can you hear us now?
Hey, I'm having a really hard time keeping the Wi-Fi connection, guys. I'm sorry. I can hear you.
Oh, it's not a problem. Okay. Well, then introduce yourself if you can and how you got involved with this investigation.
Well, my name's LaScola, and I'm with Full Moon Paranormal. And I've been doing this since I'm a very little girl. My mom was always into it. I've always felt energies and been very interested in what's on the other side. And like Debbie said, we just decided to go for it and start our own thing. And here we are.
That is awesome. And I would like to thank everybody that is here tonight. We did have a bunch of other people that were supposed to join us, but life throws us curveballs, so we're just going to go by that. I do hear some crinkling and crackling, and I don't know where it's coming from, so hopefully it's not me. That being said, I'm not going to move the whole entire episode. I'm just going to stay right here. But why the Chance Theater? Why go and investigate this? I don't know the history of it. Al talks about it. I've heard about it because you hear all the concerts that were going on there, in my day. So we're just trying to figure out why the Chance Theater. So anybody can jump in and start talking, and I will just sit back and listen.
I personally haven't. I'm saying for me personally, every time you walk in there, you always feel energy. You always feel like something's there. It's got a history. And I've done some investigating prior to this on my own, and I've things, some EVPs and stuff. And I just wanted to get in there and do a full investigation.
I think we've all been to places where, like, I remember we did something with my children's school did a fundraiser over at Mount St. Vincent or something to that effect. And it was an old church inside this place. So you can ask Al. I had a K2 meter at his daughter's wedding. He almost killed me.
Yes, he did. Believe me, he did. Yes, he did. And I told him not to bring it, and he brought it anyway.
So when we go through this, you know what? I'm gonna enlist the help of Al, because he was part of it. And maybe Al, if you don't mind, help me with the this. What's the best way of going about it? Because I would like to field everybody with their experiences. Everybody must have had their own. I mean, there's evidence, but you also had your own experiences. And what people don't realize is that a lot of the evidence you get as an investigator isn't necessarily on video or audio. I mean, there's scratches, there's, this overwhelming feeling of emotions, cold spots. So maybe we can go around, and I don't know where it started first, or who broke into what team, or what your favorite moments were, but let's do the round table thing. And you know what? I'm going to start with you, Debbie, and you started off, and then maybe hit it up. And if everybody has a comment, just jump in, but then you'll just pass the baton to the next person. I think it'd be easier that way for everybody.
Awesome.
I'm going to mute until I need to talk.
Very cool.
Cool.
Yeah, so we decided to do the Chance. My friend Frank Pallet owns it, so he was gracious enough to let us come in and take reign of the whole building and the building next door. They're two separate, but they're together. One was built way earlier. Nicole on our team, she did all the history on it, and she'll go over that tonight for us. What's important. And we split up into two groups. So half of us went one place with William Helms, and the other half of us went with Willow Diana. And we had our experiences right from the get-go. As far as like you were saying, the batteries, Willow's equipment, a couple of pieces, drained batteries like that.
It started right away. I mean, I put fresh batteries in my equipment, and everything lit up, everything was fine, and then it was dead. Everything died.
Everything died.
What is he saying?
I can't hear you.
Brian. Brian, we
Yeah.
can't hear you.
I muted myself again, but what I was trying to say is we're getting background audio.
Yeah.
Some people aren't using their headphones, so if you're not speaking, just hit the mute button and that will stop it. And then when you want to speak, just hit the mute button again, and then because this way it'll get rid of some of the background audio.
Okay.
So I can mute everybody except for whoever is speaking right now, and then
Okay.
okay. So I just did that. Now,
That's a lot better.
right. So Deb, and
Yeah.
if you want to chime in, just unmute and then say something. But when you're finished, mute it, because I know a lot of you aren't using headphones, and then we're just getting the back
That
over and
sounds
over again.
so much better, actually.
Perfect. So
Yeah, so right from the get-go, we had that kind of experience. Our team member, Nicole, bought us brand new walkie-talkies, and the walkie-talkie was just going off on its own. I mean, we were standing there with them, all of it. Nobody was talking into it. Somebody was trying to get in touch with us. So, which was pretty cool. We went into separate groups, and I had Willow with my group when we started out upstairs in the dressing room, the very top dressing room. And up in there, we were doing the spirit box. We would try to do a little activity with everybody, and it was new to it, so it didn't kind of work out too good. So we just took the spirit box ourselves and put it down, and we just started asking questions. And as far as we came up with, we got in touch with somebody that I knew.
that's actually pretty cool. That's actually
he-
super cool.
Yeah, he knew myself.
I
and
heard them.
Jolene.
I heard him say hi.
Yeah, so Jolene can
Upstairs.
come in on this conversation for sure, and
Yeah.
Willow, because we were all
Sure.
friends with him.
just-
We all knew him. He did play at the Chance. His name is Jimmy Bass, and he had passed away a couple of years ago. Yeah, he did come through, and that was very emotional for myself, because he was my best friend, one of my best friends. So as far as like what we did record it, but because of the spirit box, you really can't hear the recording, as far as like what he was saying to us. But he did come through, said he missed me. I know that, I heard that. He did bring a woman with him, and another friend of ours who was very close to him had just passed away that week. So I'm feeling that was her, Margie. Yeah, so that was really cool.
That's
I was up there. We were doing the dowsing rods and asking questions. People were feeling the same things. I know Willow was, another girl. They were feeling pains in certain parts of their body. I don't know why. Maybe they can explain that, but they were feeling the same pains in the same parts of their body, which was really pretty cool.
so they were feeling the same pains where they
Hey
got.
guys,
Hey, how
Oh.
are you?
Just
sorry,
maybe
I
some
have
people-
That's no problem. So,
Yeah,
so like
so,
when
yeah,
you
I
said
know
the
that,
same.
Willow was saying that throughout the whole investigation, she was feeling certain things within her body, and other people were feeling the same thing, and they were coming up to me saying, "I feel this and I feel that." I'm like, everybody was feeling the same type of pain, or twinge, or whatever it was
Yeah.
throughout one part of their body or a couple spots of their body.
No,
There-
and
There
is
was
this-
like head trauma going on. There
Ooh.
was a lot of pain in the head, and everybody, different people were feeling it in different areas. And there was a certain area where like it would, once we left that area, it would go away, and then it would come back when we were in that area.
in that
now
same area.
is this the area where your friend was making their presence known? They're your friends, or something else totally different?
There was some of that there. A lot of that happened in the theater part, in the balcony area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in the balcony area in there. We did so that was like one experience that we had in that area. And it was very emotional, and it really excited me too. That I got to hear from my buddy. I know, and we went to a few places. The balcony area was very active. Willow got a lot of activity there. We were playing around with whoever came through, as far as
Right.
we were playing instruments for us through the Phasma box.
Right.
I was on stage and pretending to play the guitar, and they were like, "Okay, it's your turn." the spirit would say, and I would pretend I was playing. I'm like, okay, it's your turn. And then they would play something, whether it was a guitar or piano or whatever they were doing. And they would go, it's your turn. You know, like we were playing with each other on stage, which is really cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah, that was really awesome. Totally awesome. Those are a couple experiences I had there. There are other things and other people were involved. I'm going to let people tell their stories also. But yeah, the chance was amazing. And I'm going to let Willow tell her stuff from the.
Sure. And Willow, before you jump in, I just want to see, does anybody else on the team, well, you may not want to talk about it, but I'm going to ask, does anybody else have on the team maybe have abilities or gifts, and were they, being used at that point, or no?
Well, the only thing I know for myself, I feel, I see, I hear, and I heard things. Normally they would like to play with my hair, and they didn't do it this time. I was kind of mad, but I can see things, and I did not see anything for that investigation, but I did hear real time hearing.
That's amazing
Yeah,
stuff.
and I also astral project.
I heard.
I don't want to
I heard
do
somebody say hi.
investigations.
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, I feel like energies and like, I don't know, I can just feel if something's there, but I think me and Al had the same experience in the balcony when something with our ear. I don't know if he can hear me. But,
Yeah, no, I can hear you. Yes, yeah, we had the same exact thing happen at the same
our
exact
ear
time.
just started
In
hurting
the
in
same
the same spot.
year too. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Oh my gosh. Same here. I feel things. I can feel sense.
That's
I
great.
I heard Jimmy say hi upstairs, and then with my ears, and downstairs in the basement. I did see something walk in front of Al and my mother when we were downstairs.
And I'm gonna go to Willow. Willow, did you get any sense? I mean, I'm sure you were probably feeling something similar to what everybody else was.
Yes, with the ear and the head, I was getting that same feeling with the ear also. There was a lot of energy. It was an awesome group that came and participated in the at the investigation, and I always feel that has a lot to do with how the night goes. And everybody was awesome, respectful, the energy, everybody came in with great energy, open mind. So it turned out to be a really fantastic evening or day, because it doesn't really matter what time it is. they're there. But I was fortunate. I've investigated the chance a few times prior, and always have activity and experiences up in the balcony. And I see things, and I always see the shadows on the stage. The stage is very active for me, and the balcony. Also down in the basement, and then in the nutty area, because I've been in all those areas before. But up in the balcony was like really crazy with the energy that day. Also.
Yeah. Just like we had a guest there. Her name was Irene Duranda, and she was very active in the musician community. And I was watching her, and she was like talking to a chair. And I'm like, what is she doing talking to that chair? And I'm looking at her, and all of a sudden she says, who is here? And through the Phasma box, it said Joanne. And I'm like, oh my gosh. She goes, I told you she'd be here. So she was talking about Joanne Scarlett, Richie Scarlett's wife. And she passed recently. And Richie, her husband, always played at the chance. And where she was talking was the table where she would always sit to watch her husband play.
That's
so I guess, so that was really
the
surreal.
EVP I got was she asked the question when they answered her.
And
I have it on an EVP.
You do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was really
Wow.
They
surreal.
were
It was
responding.
beautiful.
now. I'm just gonna let everybody know that we're gonna try to post some evidence here and share it, but I don't want to ruin the connection with everybody right now because this is a little bit weird. We're using some phones, we're using some computers, so all this evidence will be posted on the Full Moon Paranormal, I guess, if you have a webpage or
We have a Facebook page.
So it's I mean, because I've seen a lot of this stuff, a lot of pictures on there. Actually, I saw a picture with somebody there, and I'm like, I didn't know who it was, and I zoomed in. It was Al, who was standing there. He looked totally different. I'm like, who the hell is that? You know, but I definitely saw a lot. You know, some pictures, and I think you have some videos, and we're gonna try to share. Yeah, we're gonna try to share. I mean, Al sent me some pictures a while ago, so I still have those, so I could kind of share them and throw them up, which would be great. And that's what we're gonna kind of do right now. I mean, we're gonna definitely do our best to share everything that's there. I'm gonna take away some of my resource hogging applications, but as we go along, I may just throw something up there.
Right. Yeah. Like he did find some really cool stuff, you know, real time. And I know he had his SLS on, and he was trying to get my attention, Maria's attention, and he was like, "Look on the stage." And he was looking through his thing, and there was a little stick figure like dancing around the stage, and there was nobody on the stage. As Maria and I like,
but we felt that chill, right,
so
Debbie?
we can get something
And that spiritual chill.
And Maria had, go ahead.
I had the K2 in my hand, and that was going off. And the place was cold, but there was a different kind of chill while we were on the stage. It just went right through you. So we knew that someone was up there with us.
Yeah. So it I don't know if it was a real, like a child or an adult, because when you look at it, it looks like they were short and little. So we were thinking maybe it was a child. Who knows from what period or when?
Right.
But people did bring their kids to work. You know, it was
And people were a lot shorter back then too.
Yeah,
in
they
the
were.
1800s. Well, they were. For real.
I don't think they were that short. Lisa, are you kidding me?
That's
Was half
true.
the size
That's
of
true.
Maria. Maria's not a giant. She's tiny.
Yeah. So that was very, very cool. And yes, we did the K2 was going off, and it was a different chill, like instant froze. My feet were like frozen, like they were
right,
and then it would just go away.
Right.
You know, how do you explain that?
That's kind of cool. I mean, you know, when stuff like that happens, I think it gives it a little of a specialness to it to validate what we do as investigators. But so that was the primary area, like the stage area. Well, the audience. So you were in the upper tier.
There's a balcony upstairs and stairs that come down, and then you have the downstairs where people would dance, and you have your stage. Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna try to find those photos Al sent me.
Yeah, I know Lisa and Nicole have a photo too from the basement of this. What is that? The Nutty.
Okay.
Right?
I think Nicole has that.
Yeah, and what was going on there? You were sitting on the couch.
Yeah, and it just got ice cold on my right side, and that's when we caught the picture. It looks almost like a ball of light, but I don't know, Nicole, do you have that photo?
Is Nicole frozen?
I think she is.
I think, Nicole, you are frozen at this point. But what we can do is, someone unmuted right there. Anytime someone is frozen, we could actually, just drop out and then go back to the link. Yep.
Can you hear me?
I know it's Nicole.
We can hear you. I can hear you. We can hear you.
She showed us the picture of the spot when Lisa got up, and it was a big ball of light. It was really cool. Really cool. Yeah.
I'm looking as we speak.
I wasn't there, but Lisa and Nicole were there and heard their group. And also in that same area in that basement.
But I can't share pictures.
Right?
Okay, you know what? Put the pictures in our chat stream on Facebook, and I'll pull them out, and then I'll start sharing them. Is that better?
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
This way we can get it going on, and I'm going to look for Al's photos that he sent me because they were really, really cool.
All right.
There's some good stuff there.
You stay there, Missy. You stay there, Missy.
You stay there. Yeah. So yes. Yeah, I found his Fleer and all this other stuff, so I'm gonna save him again, and I'm gonna upload him. But where was in the main part of the theater where you have the stage and you have the seating, and then you have probably upper tier. I don't know how many tiers are there. Where was, like, in that area? Where was the most, I guess, action from? Was that the most haunted? Was there a haunted spot, or sorry, a spot that was giving you more of a reaction than any other in that main area there?
For me, most of all the areas that we went into, there were experiences or something happened. So I can't pinpoint that one was more haunted than the other. The whole place has the energy and the spirits, and they seem to follow everyone. And you gotta imagine that the Chance has these massive mirrors in all different areas in the theater, and that holds imprints and holds so much energy. So even upstairs in the dressing room, there are a bunch of mirrors. So, like, all the years, the bands, the people that have come in and out, it's holding all that energy. So there was a lot of it was very vibey. The whole place was.
Yeah, I felt like there was a lot in the dressing room area, up in the balcony, and also in a spot where we didn't even investigate, which we will be doing over the summer. So we will be announcing the next investigation at the Chance, and it will be an evening one.
That's great.
We're going to post it and get people who haven't been able to go. People want to go again. We are going to do it again on a Saturday evening over the summer. So we'll be posting that soon.
And I agree, the same thing. The dressing room had a lot of energy. On the stage, the balcony, when we went down in the basement, and it was crowded. I almost felt crowded, picking up on a lot of different emotions too. One of the emotions that I picked up a lot on the stage was I felt a woman that may have been like a groupie that followed the bands.
Right.
Like throughout her life, and that she was still there.
That, there's a lot of intensity. I don't know if I'm coming through. I sometimes I mute myself by accident. There's a lot of intensity when you get people at concerts and fans, and I'm going to say not really roadies as much as just their experience there, is pretty interesting. That energy from the show with the electricity and all this, whatever has been going on there. We all know about concerts, so, we're not shy about it. I'm getting Nicole's images right now. I'm going to throw some of them up in a second. I'm just trying to download them as we speak. But
I know there was a time, I think I was with Maria up on the balcony, and we heard somebody say, jump. Right?
Nice.
I've seen somebody jump from there.
Yep. I heard that.
Throughout the day, people kept telling me they kept hearing a woman saying, help him.
Oh.
Maybe somebody jumped at one time and needed help. I don't know.
That's funny.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I'm not going to interrupt.
No, I'm saying I didn't know that she had heard that, because when we were upstairs in the upstairs dressing room, we got help him also, and I didn't know you had got that. So that's funny. And that came on the Phasma box.
Wow.
I remember getting that. That's interesting.
And we kept getting a military theme.
That's
crazy.
There
was a lot of military.
We kept getting a recurring military theme.
What's the relationship? Because what's that connection to the military and what was taking place? Is there a direct connection to that?
I guess was it the original owner that gave lifetime passes to the military? Nicole could probably answer that better than me.
So when it was a movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you. We're still there. I was just sharing. the screen with the image of the guys playing guitar, and that looks it looks like Warren Haynes from a distance.
That's actually my husband. but
Warren Haynes.
But above him was an image that we caught. This was years ago, but that was another reason I wanted to get it. And I don't know if you could zoom in on that, but it almost looks like.
I'm going to try right now. Let me see. Let me see if.
Sorry, Nicole, didn't mean to cut you off there.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
And
yep, you got
That's much more exciting.
I want to move it down. I want to move the image down a little bit so we can see the that spirit thing over there. So just give me 1 second as I play around with this. But that it right?
So right above his head, that is my husband there, right in between where it says Iron Cobra, and then it's right above his head. It almost looks like somebody playing guitar along with him if you zoom in close enough. It's kind of crazy.
It's a really great shot, and I gotta, see, the fun part about this is if you're at a concert, this seems it's going to pixelate, and that's the problem because they compress the images. But if you're at a concert, you see this, you're going to think it's like, a special effects today or something to that effect, or Eddie from Iron Maiden, Eddie, getting in there. But that's a great shot.
That's a great shot. It looks like somebody with makeup on. I mean, first thing I thought of was Kiss,
Oh, yeah.
But, but very cool shot. Actually, there's a show that Brian Cano, the investigator, Brian Cano, he's taken this photo with him on the road. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he's using it in his exhibit.
Oh, well, hopefully I'll see it. Hopefully I'll see it this year. At the Paraunity conference, if they still have it. I was there a couple of years ago. I was invited back by Chris and John. I was in the paranormal room, so I kind of bridged the gap between Ron Murphy, who is more cryptids, and Tom Conwell, who's great UFO researcher. Okay. Yeah,
I know where you were. Yep.
Yep. So hopefully we'll get back there and we'll see all this happenings on. I'm going to go to this one because there's action in these orbs, by the way.
Yeah, so that's the couch I was sitting on where I got the cold spot.
Oh, and was this
that's where that
or after? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I believe it was.
This was before.
Right around the same. This was before, right?
Wow.
It was right before we went in the room.
Mm-hmm. I mean, now here's the problem. Everybody's going to say the same thing. All those, individuals that like to be naysayers. Not all orbs are dust, in my opinion. I mean, Al, you can come in with this because my father was a professional photographer. I learned a lot from him, but I know Al, as a guy that went to school for this stuff, what's your take on orbs?
No, absolutely. There are a lot of orbs that are just nothing but dust or even moisture, vapors in the air. But of course, when you start catching orbs, different color orbs with faces in them, it's a whole different story. And this one's got movement in it. So to me, I would consider this a spirit orb and not just dust particle or moisture vapor.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great shot. This is really great evidence. So what else happened
the same room?
I'm sorry.
Where we got an EVP. We were doing an EVP session and we were doing the playback, and you hear someone's stomach growling and someone was laughing at it. And I think William Helm had that on his recorder, and unfortunately he couldn't be here, but we heard it during the playback.
And it was a grumble.
That was pretty awesome.
It was like
also he was doing that.
It was a grumble, like
you heard,
hungry.
Yeah, someone's stomach growling.
Someone's
stomach was growling, and everybody, was kind of joking about the person's stomach growling. But then you hear like a little laugh along with it, like someone else, was kind of laughing about it.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's
That was the room that I got the EVP in, but I got like actual like words, not just the laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
What was very interesting, Al being, he's my leader at Bruxelles Paranormal, but he gets excited and not in a bad way. When these things happen, because we've been through things where it's like we've had plenty of cases where nothing's happened, but he's been very consistent going out with a lot of you and having some really great experiences. So he's like, yeah, dude, you have to, and he starts going through the whole thing. And I said, let's go, bring him on. Let's talk about it, because I love a good paranormal investigation. I love it, and I love letting people know that it isn't like it is on TV. So, but in this image right here, is this leading into that room?
That is the hallway in the basement. And I think a couple people reported, feeling. Lisa, did you feel anything in that hallway? Was that where you felt?
That's where it was very, very heavy for everybody. And we almost all agreed that maybe that's where people had said there's a portal down in the basement. Underneath the chance, there's tunnels. They go underneath in Poughkeepsie.
Really?
We did get somebody saying on one of the equipment, I'm drunk, I'm drinking. So I'm thinking maybe it was like a speakeasy at one point. I don't know, but at that one spot when you first get in, that's where it was like a lot of everything was right in that one spot before you actually went into the under part of the basement.
Was this like the area where like people did their drugs or were shooting up maybe, or the heavy stuff before?
Yeah, that was in the dressing rooms.
Yeah. Well, that happens too, but some places it's different.
Or the bathrooms.
Yep.
Now that hallway right there.
The basement, no.
That hallway right there was insane. I felt it the minute I walked down there. As soon as I turned that corner to go down that hallway, I mean, I know the other rooms, there was stuff happening in the other rooms off to the sides, but I was so obsessed with that hallway. That's where I seen the shadow figure come and turn the corner and run up that hallway. That's when that's where I seen the ball of light appear in the darkness and just zoom up that hallway. Everything was going up that hallway, and to me, that's where I wanted to spend the most of my time when I was downstairs.
I did see something walk in front of you and my mom down there too. That's where I saw something pass in front of you guys. So the same area.
It was, like everyone said, really heavy.
Right.
I don't know about you ladies, but I also felt the whole time we were there that stuff was dodging me. I went into all those dressing rooms by myself, and I hate mirrors. I don't do mirrors, but I did that day. I did mirrors that day, and even with the K2 meter, nothing. Took pictures, took video, nothing. I mean, so I felt like something was dodging us the whole day, except for that room, Deb, that no one went into. That was the EMF was just off the charts.
Yeah.
And if you don't mind, because Willow Diana, you are, you're gifted psychic wise, and what was your take on a lot of this stuff too? Because you're getting it from probably a much different angle than other people are getting it.
Sometimes when there's so much going on, it's hard to stay focused.
Right.
And not only with the spirit energy, but there's human energies also. So I have to feel that out. But up in the balcony, Al, you were saying that there was nothing happening. I was getting all kinds of hits, like with, the ball that was lighting up and the K2 and the electrical feelings. And I made sure that no one was moving because, it was motion activated. So it was just the energy that was although they maybe were avoiding you, they weren't avoiding me because I was feeling it, all that energy, the electricity, I hear it in my recording. So that's why it's so hard to like pull something out because I get a lot of static.
Right.
When something happened, when a hit happens, static is in my recordings also.
So in the recordings, you actually are picking up all the I guess the individuals or spirits or entities that are not living in the recording as well, but you can hear it and you can differentiate between the two, or no?
Yes and no. There for the most part, yes. There are sometimes, it's hard with a group, with the cross talking,
Right.
to, not have that. So, if something was there, I don't use it if there was a lot of cross talking, just in case.
Right, because then you get rid of the potential for someone to say, well, there's a lot of
Right,
cross talking.
right.
I can't do anything about it. I just found Al's photo, so I'm just going to show him because there's some stuff in there mentioning they took of some of you on the stage. So I'm going to go try to share that now with everybody while we talk. And of course, Al's photos have to be difficult. They're not actually JPEG photos. So it's all right,
Nicole,
Al.
did you send him the video?
It's uploaded.
It uploaded? Okay, so I'm going to go look for that too in my email. But
it's uploaded in here.
So it's uploaded?
Don't know.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
If you have that to share, if you want to share the video file on your computer.
It's shared in here. It won't let.
Hold on.
It's it's here. It's down at the bottom.
Let me see. Let's see if it'll. Yeah, it's going to buffer for a second. So let's see what happens with this and see if they'll allow us to put this on while we're talking about
this.
Sometimes it could be a really big file. So
at the end. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Go ahead. It's just buffering right now. So this must be a very big file.
Given you was at the end of
it was at the very end of the night.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Nicole.
Yeah, it was the very end of the Okay.
Okay, you can continue. Sorry about that. Sometimes there's going to be cross up, but Nicole, go definitely continue. What's the where it was?
Sorry.
Okay,
I was up on the stage and reading the history at the end of the night.
Nicole was up there telling the history of the chants. When she got to the part of the owner now, you'll see, then it will say the person's name.
Okay.
So that's what we're going to hear and see if everybody else hears the same that we heard.
Okay, no problem. If everybody can mute themselves just in case, I'm going to play it. And then
at the end, you'll hear the spirit through the phasm box. Get very excited.
So here we go. I'm going to play this. It's going to take a second to load up. There we go. It's you know what it is, it's buffering right now, but now it's in the system now, so it should start working quicker. And Nicole, if you could put it into our Facebook chat, I'll download it immediately and then play it because it may be easier at my end. But
Okay.
again, I just want to let everybody know. Let me get back to where everybody is. That these videos, audio, evidence. First of all, the investigation was fairly recent for the most part, and everybody has a life here. We're not on a television program where we get paid $150,000 an episode or even $5,000. So the evidence keeps coming out. And if you go to Full Moon Paranormal, the page on Facebook, you are going to catch a lot of this evidence that's there, and show it. It's. I've seen some of these things, so I'm going to go check to see if. There we go. I'm gonna go share this and save this to myself, and I'm going to play this. Let's see if we can download this. Forward download. Great. I'm going to do the video, and then I'm going to add this video. I'm going to bypass your stuff for a second, Al. And I'm going to put the video up and see if I can share it my way to make it easier so everybody can hear it. And this way will make it easier. I love when we get video and audio, and I still say it to Al. I don't know if you do it, but when we get EVPs like this, Class A EVPs, or an interaction, it still amazes me that we can do this. And that's just my 2 cents. It really does amaze me. But I'm going to go here. We're going to put this on right now. I'm going to load it up. And we're going to try to play this a little bit quicker so everybody can see it in my screen. So I'm going to go full screen with it. And let me escape for 2 seconds. We'll do it this way. All right. So here we go. I'm going to share this right now. Share screen application. And we're going to, there we go.
Yeah, we didn't hear it.
No sound.
No sound. Oh, I heard it on
No
let's
sound.
find out. Oh, Lisa's back again, and I'll add her. That's strange. It should have. I was sharing it with the sound coming in, so let me work on that for 2 seconds so I can get that out and file. Let's see. I can do audio only too, and I'm going to export it as audio only just for the time being and see if we get that. And we'll try it that way with the video. But where were some of the other hotspots that were, active with, activity?
Well, we felt that there was a part of it called the loft that we did not investigate. I know a lot of people are feeling energy there. We just did not make it one of our rooms to investigate, and we will be doing that in our next investigation. Al got a really cool picture in there, which I hope you show tonight.
I have it kind of lined up. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to do this again. I'm gonna try to share the screen again.
We can't show that video or hear it. Yeah. So within that video, at the end, she was talking about the history, and she was saying who the owner was, and the Phasma box said his name loud and clear, Frank Pallet, very clear and very loud, which is really cool. And then at the end, when we were done with the investigation, whoever was on the other side was like, yay! And we were like, oh, it was so exciting. We were like, okay, yay! We were all going to say yay with them. Maybe they thought we were putting a show on for them. I don't know. They enjoyed everything from that day. So
Here, I don't know if you can hear it now.
Oh yeah, here.
here we go.
Again.
So it was so interesting about that as she was reading throughout that whole script she was reading, every now and then in the Phasma box, it's almost like the spirit was actually finishing off her words here and there throughout the whole time she was up there. It was just like very cool.
Now, it looked like you were reading that from a sheet of paper. Could the spirit have been reading over your shoulder? You know, and that's why I was like saying the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Never thought about that, but yeah, that could have been for sure.
Yeah, lucky for everybody there, it was people you knew. You know, that's even more special when you're doing an investigation and you can connect because you know these people and you know what they were like and you're really good friends. So it's kind of like having a big brother or a big sister on the other side that's watching over at the point.
So I know we all got back together at the end. Both of our groups got back together, and we tried to do like a few sessions and got together as a group in the audience area, and the balcony above and the stage. And I know when we got there, the other group that Lisa's and on Nicole's group, they were coming to me and they were like, they keep saying SATO, SATO, or something. I was like, what are they saying? SATO, like, and so my ex-boyfriend's group. The name of his group was SATO, and Maria and I were on stage with our little our K2s, and we would say SATO or we said SATO, and it would go crazy. And we're like, what is going on? And then it dawned on me, like, my ex-boyfriend's wife passed away a couple years ago, and she lived at the Chance, basically, really, and she was their manager of the band. And I'm like, is this Lori? And it just went crazy nutty. So I'm thinking she was there, saying hi too. That was really cool.
Yeah, as a manager, she probably had plenty of headaches getting paid. Maybe that was the headache stuff from top of the upper deck. But I have the photos Al sent me. I'm gonna share that screen. We can go through them.
Awesome.
Here we go. And I'm going to try to make it so that everybody can see this somehow. There we go. Let me zoom out a little bit. Al, what is this first FLIR?
Okay, this was in the hallway as we went upstairs to the first dressing room. While everybody was in the dressing room, I and Tyler, I think his name was. The other guy in your team, what's the kid's name? Was it Tyler? We were outside. Skylar. I'm sorry. And we were outside, and I was filming with the flare, and I got this hot spot on the ceiling. So I took the camera down and I shined the flashlight up there just to see if there was like a light bulb or something that had been on and shut off. But there was nothing on the ceiling there. And I had Skylar look at it just to validate that we were both seeing the same thing. Without the flare there, without the flare on, it wasn't there. With the flare on, it was the only hot spot up there, anomaly that was up on that top floor stairwell. So that's what that is.
That's very interesting because FLIRs don't lie for anybody, but and if that you're not getting much on a FLIR, then I mean I've never had an experience where it was lying to you even when there was a spirit there. For the most part, something always appears. We're going to go to the second one now.
Okay.
We have these, and here's the second. And I'm going to zoom out a little bit so people can see it on screen, and I'll zoom in. Tell me where do you want me to zoom in if you want me to
Looks fine. Right where
Sure.
it is. This one again was in one of the dressing rooms. I think it was downstairs. And again, I was in the back of the room just filming, and you could see how purple the room is. It's magenta and purple colors. But Willow was in that corner, and she was doing a reading or the plasma blocks or something. I don't remember what she was doing, but she was definitely in that corner, and it was right above her. And I think this is when she was doing the plasma box, and we were getting all that talking coming through. And again, it was the only cold spot in the room that was like that color, you know. And again, I shut the camera down and I hit it with the flashlight and the tactical flashlight that I have in my coat, and I hit it with the flashlight, and there's nothing there. And then I shut the flashlight off, put the camera back on, the thermal back on, and there it is, plain as day. What it was, I don't know, but I think what was ever coming through the plasma box was that spirit right there. My personal opinion.
That's really interesting. I mean, so you're talking about the dark spot above, I guess.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And is that as much as it's manifested? Anybody else was anybody else using the FLIR, a FLIR app or gun or anything? Yeah, mine didn't want to work last Wednesday, so I got to go check mine out. But this is he sent me this from you guys on the stage using is this like the
night vision? Yes, the night vision.
And I thought this was pretty interesting. I'm just going to zoom it out a little bit so people can see it. And then it's always good to get a different perspective. I don't know what you ladies and other paranormal investigators that were with you feel about using different type of filters on your cameras. Do you use like full spectrums, you know, to try to capture stuff and straight up video? Because I find that when you start using new items, it works interesting.
Yeah, and the reason I switched to the night vision in this shot, because originally I was going with the SLS, and I seen something there in front of Maria. I think it's Maria and Nicole on the stage at that time. And I wanted to see if I could get it in a different spectrum of light. So I went to the night vision, and it wasn't there. And then I went back to the SLS, and it was standing right in front of Maria. And it looked like a child's size image to me. So
that's pretty cool. And speaking of SLS, everybody, I love these things. I'm just going to zoom in on this because this is worthy of being zoomed in on. I mean, what is going on there? It looks like everybody was rocking and rolling on this one with the SLS.
Yeah, this was great because that little image actually did like a guitar motion, like it was playing the guitar, and I tried to screenshot it, but I wasn't fast enough. But I did get it dancing too at one point. So, and I was telling Maria, bend down, get closer. Stick your arm out, see if it reaches out and touches you. Because she couldn't see it. She had no idea where it was, you know.
Right. But my K2 was going off. You can see it in my hand.
In your hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like so cool.
Yeah, definitely. Right, Debbie? That was awesome.
That was so awesome.
And this is what made me go switch back
like
over
the same
to
spot. We kept getting that cold spot on the stage.
Yeah.
And where the K2s would go off and everything throughout the day was in that same spot. So
yeah.
Don't know who it was.
Yeah, and like I said, the reason I switched over to the night vision is just to validate this photograph. I wanted to prove that there was something there, and I think because it didn't come in, the night vision made it more validated to me than if it would have been there as well. But
right, I mean, you know, there's something about the use of SLS that I knew was going to be huge when it first came out, because I was a gamer before I did paranormal stuff, but I was a gamer. What's interesting about these cameras, just so the people that are listening know, and why a lot of people that are, and I don't think we should call it ghost hunting anymore. It should be ghost researching, because it's not like we're hunting wabbits. We're trying to connect with spirits and interact with them, maybe help them cross over. Hunting has this connotation, and I'm not against hunting whatsoever. I'm a meatitarian, by the way, or a vegan if you'd like. but we're not like, hunting them down. We just want to have a conversation, interaction with them.
Correct.
And I think it is my microphone that's clicking up a wazoo. But this is fantastic. I thought this was awesome. I'm going to see what else we have there. And hold on. I have things in so many different spots. It's beyond belief. But here's another one that has something similar, like someone sitting on the stage.
Yeah, I think at this point that the entity or whatever it was dancing. Just felt it just kind of had that dancing kind of feeling to it. But it was, yeah, no, I mean, those are the only two figures I got the whole day with the SLS. So
Right.
I mean,
Now, let me ask everybody that was here, and we'll go back to the main screen where everybody's on it because it makes life easier for everybody. And I do not want to be the focus at this point. There was a place, I think it was upstairs, where Al caught something. Was that an unusual room to be in and to investigate?
go ahead, Deb. You want to take this?
The dressing room upstairs, you mean?
I believe it was.
No, it was I think it was
That was the loft. It's another night.
the loft.
Club upstairs.
Oh, the
It was
loft.
so great in there, and I don't know why we felt like we just decided not to set up in there. But there was, you could feel a presence. I know I did. There was just so many places to go. We had to pick and choose a few. We couldn't do every room. So anything we didn't do, we are going to do in our next investigation in August. But Al got a really cool pick in there.
Yes.
I think everybody should look at it and let me know what you see in there, because I know what I see.
Okay, we're gonna start off with the full view, like the big, like the far away, if that's all right with everybody. And Al, I know what I'm seeing in this, but let's take it that way and see what everybody says about it. How about that? Is this the picture we're talking about here? Hold on.
Yes,
Right there. Right. So
Yeah.
I'm going to zoom out for a second so people can see a little bit more of it. That is the image that he took.
Yeah, and that's on the second floor. So, I mean, I don't know what's on the outside of that window looking in. 2 stories up is beyond me. And that room, to me, had the worst energy of the whole place. I was in there with Deb like 5 minutes, and my teeth felt like they were numb. I felt nauseous. I felt pressure in my. Yeah, I had a metallic taste. I had pressure in my temples. The EMF was through the roof. The K2 meter was buried. I shut the K2 meter off and switched over to the digital K2, and the digital K2 went up to 100. I mean, but I was being drawn to the bathroom up there. There was a bathroom up there, and I was being drawn to the bathroom, but I was taking pictures like at a 360. And I don't like playing with mirrors, but there was a big mirror up there that I actually had. I went over to with the K2. I didn't get anything off of it, but I took photographs of it as well. Again, I didn't get anything in the mirrors, but this was just a weird, because when I took this photograph, I didn't see anything in the camera. You know what I mean? So
right.
But
like
that could have
part
been
of the
because
building is the original part of that. Like the Chance itself was built after the 1900s, correct, Nicole? And then in the 18 something, I don't know, she knows the dates. That's when that part of the building was built, where they had the loft and the restaurant downstairs, all that. That's an older part. That's the original. And that's where I know William Helms and Lisa and all them got, I think we did too, the original owners of the building. Forgot it. Thomas, was his name Thomas? I forget. But you guys, I know you guys got some EVPs with his name on it. I wish William was here to share his stuff. That was the last minute. He couldn't make it. I feel bad. But yeah. So that's the older part of everything.
So that upstairs where this picture is taken is the oldest part of it?
Yeah, that part of the building is the oldest part of it.
Yeah. Was there like I saw a red light in there. Was that like an exit? or was it just? It was
No,
an
it
exit
was
to
an
the
exit.
outside.
It was an exit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like when you're
Sorry, I got a
talking
charger.
music and when you're talking, you know, getting paid and payola and all that stuff, a lot of people would cut out before, you know, or do some bad deeds there in relationship to, you know, music. So maybe there was some darkness there. But something that's very interesting with this photo is if you zoom in on it, and we are going to do that right now. We're going to zoom in on this photo. I'm just going to go full with this. I'm just going to try to focus everybody on it. What the heck is going on here?
Yeah, that
That's
is
what
that
I
is
see. What does everybody else see?
it looks like some kind of creepy entity to me. I don't know what it is.
I mean,
To me, it looks like something like alien type.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know, like a fetus almost. It's like kind of weird looking.
I'm thinking
you know,
Gullop
Yeah,
from
like
Lord of the Rings.
Gollum from
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings is one of,
That's what it looks like to
something
me.
like that.
that's
you
who
know,
it
I
is.
mean, well, do you have Precious? Did anybody have Precious there?
Precious.
Was anybody investigating the Shire while you guys were out at the Chance Theater with like 3 toes? That's really odd. Although me knowing Al and aliens, not so odd. But in general, but you know, you kind of see it. It's almost like it's, you know, peeking in on the side, like, you know, checking you out while you're checking this out. And it almost looks like there's some eyes there too.
Mhm.
Yeah, I see eyes. I see a bald head like mine. I see
Yeah.
ears. I see a mouth. I see, you know, this is what I'm seeing, and I'm seeing a shoulder blade down at the bottom of the corner of the window, peeking. Like I said, I don't know what was outside. There was no fire escape out there. I don't know how something could be outside looking in.
Looking in.
It must have been floating. Yeah, I don't know.
Now,
Kinda weird.
did anybody ever think that maybe something residual was taking place? Like there was once an escape route there, like a outdoor fire escape.
Could be. Could have
Yeah.
been.
I mean, that's worthy of, you know what, next time when you go, and maybe that's one of the questions you asked, was there ever an outdoor like escape area, you know, for fires or anything like that? In the history of this location, with all the energy there from the music and the good times, and not only from music but from whatever drugs people were using, whatever substances, was there anything negative that ever happened at the theater? Because it doesn't seem like you guys caught anything negative, which I'm very happy with, mind you.
Well, not that I know of. Nicole might know a little bit more about that history part of it. When I go into investigations, I'm not looking for anything negative. So
Yep.
I really never really experienced negative stuff. That's just me.
I mean, historically, we've never found anything negative that like happened inside the Chance.
Okay.
We never found anything like that. I mean, you're right in the city of Poughkeepsie. I know out in the area, there's always stuff that has happened, which can, like I always say, infect, you know, the buildings and the people. You know, outside will come in. You
Right.
know, even if it didn't happen at the Chance.
All right, we're getting doubles on that sound. So whoever has it without headphones, you gotta mute. And once we mute, and I know who it is. Sorry, Nicole. I muted you just to prevent prevent it. Just unmute when you want to say something, it'll make it easier. Because I was hearing a lot of clicking back and forth. Debbie, you are
curious.
Yeah, go ahead, Lisa. Sorry about that.
I was just curious because, and this is for Willow. She was avoiding the basement area a little bit, and I was just wondering what she felt down there because I never really got to ask her. But
Well,
I don't.
the basement always, especially the on the Chance side, well, both sides. The Chance side, when you start getting into close to where the tunnels are, because I've been
Okay.
down there before, and I don't believe that it's not that I feel whenever I've been down there, it's not directly from the chance. It's coming from outside. And I always felt
Okay.
uneasy and not well. And I was at a point where, like, you know what? I don't want to feel that today. I didn't want to have those feelings. So I was like, there's
Okay, I
plenty
get
of
you.
area in the chance. I was like, you know what? I'm going to stay away from the basement, at that point in time in that day. I know we never got a chance to discuss it, because it's, you get busy and get going. And I was like, I don't believe
I
it's
did.
actually from the chance.
Okay, because that's where I just entering that area through the one area is where I didn't feel well either. But once I got through that area, I felt okay. But it was just a weird feeling. I know some
So
other people experienced that.
can I ask, because I have friends from Poughkeepsie, they used to own a hotel or a higher end place there called, I believe, Inn at the Falls. And I've heard some stories
Okay.
of what he used to do, around for fun over in Poughkeepsie, which is very strange stuff, but I know this year is very well. But what's the deal with these tunnels? Because I've never heard about them. And what's the significance? Was it used for, illicit activity, or was it used for maybe even a stop on the railroad, the Underground Railroad?
Well, most cities have tunnels underneath them. There's like a whole city under every city. New York City, Chicago,
100%.
everywhere. So even Poughkeepsie, which I never knew that it existed until Frank was telling me, because we've got tunnels under there. So what they used them for, I'm sure different eras was used for something different at any time. You know what I mean? I feel like today's day, these tunnels all over the country are used for very bad things. Your drug running, child trafficking, and all that stuff. It's horrible.
Oh, I
I
agree.
can feel all that bad energy, but I saw the tunnels. I myself am afraid of the dark, but I'm not afraid of the other side, you know. But I don't like the dark. I freak out. Well, not that I
Yeah,
get anxiety. I do get
that's
some anxiety, Al.
yeah. That's not unusual though, because it's not unusual, and I'm not laughing at you. This
I
light
know.
where you're seeing right, yeah,
But I'm just saying, like, I feel like there were things done, maybe and I really felt like there might have been like a speakeasy there or something like that. Because we kept getting stuff like that. Somebody was drunk, I'm drinking, I'm this. So I'm thinking maybe that was going on down there too. I don't know. That's what I felt. That was my experience.
that's very interesting. Yeah, I mean, born and raised in New York City, I know there's tunnels here, and I know it's not just there's water tunnels, there's sewage tunnels, there's train tunnels. I have yet to explore some of them in my hoodlum days, but I wanted to. But some of these other cities, I've noticed, because of the fact that people brought whiskey down from Canada, and if you're right near the Hudson, it's a no-brainer to run some whiskey in during Prohibition. So yeah, I like the speakeasy thing, but I also agree with you in I'm not going to get political, but there's a lot of stuff going on that's very nefarious and wrong, and they're doing their best to use whatever means to hide themselves. And we, as good Americans and law-abiding citizens, or just people in general, good people, we need to stop it. But we're going to end on that little thing. Have you investigated other properties, either as a group or outside, that's around it, where you got a connection to the chance at other times?
I have not.
Oh,
I don't know if anybody
no,
else has.
I have not.
The only other building, it's not as close, but it used to be the Armory, Market Street in Poughkeepsie. They sold, and they're now some type of church or whatnot. We our group was fortunate. It was a secret thing. We couldn't tell anybody that we did it back then, but now we can because it's sold. we were allowed to investigate it. And there's, the tunnels under there too connect throughout the city of Poughkeepsie. So, and we've had gotten some great evidence down there, not only just from the military, but, from the area, you can feel it. And, a lot of the military guys didn't want to admit it, but then some of them came out and admitted it, and then, validated what we got. And you couldn't deny, when everybody's sitting quiet and we're locked in this place, the footsteps. And there was nobody else in the building but us. And the EVPs that we got validated, like some of the military that was in the area. And the chants, we were getting military EVPs while we were at the chant. So there was kind of connection there.
That's that's cool. I was wondering if the soldiers snuck out, when barracks lights out, and they're like, let's go, and they snuck into the chance to see some shows. That would be pretty cool. Worst, they get their asses whooped. Yes,
I did want to mention something. Now, I don't know Skylar that well. I mean, he came with us on our investigation. Debbie knows him a lot better. I think, Debbie, you said he sees and feels things. And Skylar had taken me upstairs to the loft area that we did not investigate. He said, you have to come with me because I want to show you where the military guys would look out the window. And he started telling me a whole story about the military guys looking out that window, and they would watch from up there. And I just was like, okay. I mean, I don't know him that well to know, but from what I hear, he sees and feels things. I thought that was
seeing, feeling, hearing things since he was a little boy. He's 20 years old now, and he has Asperger. And we lived in a house together. I used to date his father, and he saw people in the house, and we actually had Poughkeepsie Paranormal come investigate that house. So it was really good. It was a good, another whole story. You can find that on YouTube also. But yeah, he would see.
But he brought me up there to tell me that,
and he knows all the history. He knows history of everybody. He'll tell you every general that was ever around, everything. He because when you have a disability in that way, I might even call it I call it a gift. When you have a gift like he does, you focus on one thing and you know everything about it. And he does. He really does. Yep. He's a great asset to our team.
Yeah, he's very open and in tune. Yeah, and very curious, which is very, very good. Yeah,
I think it's wonderful that you have that. I'm sorry, Lisa. Go ahead.
No, I never mentioned that to anybody. Now, I mean, I knew we had a lot of military, but he did bring me up there specifically to tell me that that's where they looked. And he said, when you look down, like he was telling me, this is where they were, this is where they stood, this is what they did. And I said, I mean, I believed them.
That's very cool.
Now that you're saying all this, makes a lot of sense with the armory and the tunnels and.
Yeah, something that's very interesting, and I commend you for having someone that has Asperger's on the team. You're right. It's not a disability. It's a great gift, and everybody has their own little focus point. We have a couple of people here in the neighborhood. One guy will tell you exactly, not only if you told them your birthday, they'll tell you what day of the week it is, what the weather was. Another guy will tell you, do calculations like nobody's, like amazing stuff. And I think it's just, it's kind of like hooking it up where you have a stream coming of just pure information. And what's great when he brings you up there, there's no filter. So it's it's truth coming right at you. And sometimes we have somebody also that can tell you some stuff. I don't know how they know it, but it could be embarrassing at certain points. And it's just amazing. I think it's fantastic that you utilize as many different tools, and we're all individual tools. And so are these individuals. Do you guys, I think the big thing now is taking pets or animals on with you to investigations, or you're not an animal based, I was just wondering about that.
I know animals, they do have sense and see and feel and hear, and I think their place is at their home. I don't believe I'm taking them in an investigation. Yep. We've been on ghost hunts or whatever you want to call ghost investigations before with animal, and I think they interrupt.
Yep. No, I agree. I was just wondering.
I love animals.
Yep. Well, I think everybody loves it. Yes, Nicole, go ahead.
I love them.
But like, then you only get the little doggy footsteps going, click, 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 and you're panting, and it's very disruptive. So I don't think an animal belongs in a ghost hunt, and a drunk husband does not belong there either. But anyway, just saying. Okay, I got
okie dokie. We're getting into some good stuff right now. Hold on, everybody. This is getting good. So, no, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Some people think because you can bring a dog around or whatever, or a parrot or whatever, it's annoying because it does interfere with what you're trying to do. You're trying to get a real sound. As far as a drunk husband or wife, that could be a different story too. Your best bet is to find a diner for them to go to while you're doing your investigation, and we'll take it from there. It's just some questions I asked some people. Sorry, Deb, you're muted, so unmute, Deb.
Sorry. Deb, unmute. Deb, I can't hear you. Unmute, Deb. Unmute.
I'll let her go.
No.
Hold on.
Hi, Deb.
Unmute. Daddy, unmute.
She's muted. Not.
I'm not muted anymore. I'll say it all over again too.
We didn't hear you.
Deb, get another glass of wine.
Like the dog thing, no. Drunk husband, no, not at all. And then when you have a clicker in your pocket and you're making equipment go off on purpose and making you think like you're really capturing something and you're not. Those people, you don't want to go hunt with people like that. They got a dog going off, they got this thing going off, a little freaking coffin that they think they made going off, and they're clicking little things in their pockets and making you think like it's really happening, and it's not. Like those, I stop with those people. I don't like that.
We unfortunately come across
no filter.
None.
You know what?
Wait, I was doing the drop.
That's kind of like me with certain things, but I agree with you wholeheartedly.
I'll tell you.
I agree with
but you know what? Animals and ghost investigations are the new phase. I've seen it a lot. No, I understand you don't agree with it.
But in a home, they'll show you where everything is. They will react to things that go by, whether it's a residual thing or a real time thing. Absolutely. And you learn.
It interrupts EVPs.
Yeah,
on a
serious note, it's hard to get an EVP when they're panting and stuff. Like sometimes you hear it and you don't know.
Right.
If it's because the way they pant,
or they shake.
it sounds like it does make it difficult. It makes it a lot harder.
I just panted.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't, and a lot of people don't tag it. You know what I mean? They don't tag it, so it's hard to do it. It really is.
And what's messed up is you can have really great evidence you have to throw out because
because you're not sure. If you're not sure, then you throw it out. So
was that?
To go about it scientifically, looking at it from a scientific standpoint, you can't say it might be the dog, it might not be the dog.
It either, you have to be sure when you put it out.
If it's not the dog, it's just somebody that's breathing really heavy.
Yeah, I was going back to
You know, they sell those stuffed dogs now that have the EMF detectors in them. We can get one of those
breathing heavy is
and start bringing that on investigation.
it's always good breathing heavy during investigation. I mean, it's like bringing along an asthmatic.
And no high heels. Okay. No heavy
Darn
boots,
Peter.
high heels.
Why do you need high heels during investigation?
Why would you wear heels on an investigation?
No.
For real.
No.
Come on now.
No good.
Yeah.
No good.
Really. You got to be serious about this. It's serious stuff. Like, I love doing it because I've always experienced this my whole life. I
Right.
It's confirmation.
I hear, I see, I feel. I see a lot. Now I've learned that what I see is residual stuff a lot, and I see the same
there is a
thing
lot
with,
of
like
residual.
this guy right here or right now. He used to live here in this apartment. He died here, and he's over there in the corner right now, and I see him, and he's going into my son's room. But he does it all the time. And I'm like, why does he keep doing that? And then they explained that to me. It is a residual.
I'm seeing a
So what
playback.
you see sometimes, because you see the same thing over and over and over and over again, is what I see here. It's just, it's like an input, I guess.
Yeah, it's interesting because that's not my house right behind me.
I just smell it though, which is weird. Like, I'll sit in one spot on the couch. I think he passed away there. But I sit on the couch and I smell cologne.
Did he pass away on that couch you're sitting on?
Go to the next spot and it goes away.
Yeah, but did they this? You smell it more. No, I was wondering, did they pass out?
And then I move over a foot and it's gone. It's only one
That's
spot.
interesting. It's very interesting. I have something that goes up all the time. My garbage pail closes by itself. It's not that it's stuck. It'll just open and close by itself, which is odd. It doesn't when I'm sitting in my kitchen often. But I also have like Grand Central Station in my house. I mean, I had to get a salt lamp for my youngest because I can't put any more lights on. I don't want to support Con Edison.
Well, my house where I live now used to be a convent. I think convent. Way back in the 40s and 50s, 60s, and in the 70s, the people who just sold this place, they turned it into apartments. There's so much energy in here. It's crazy. Yeah, but I don't feel it's bad. I don't look at any and most energy. I don't look at it as bad. I just make friends.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've been up because I have a hard time sleeping. I have 2 kids, 2 daughters, and a wife, and I sleep because I have to worry about every penis ever. But I see things like when I'm watching TV, I'll see something that looks very reminiscent to a predator. And it moves very slowly, like it's trying to hide. And I'm like, dude, I can see you. Just keep going. Get the hell out of the house. And it does it. So, but that's pretty interesting. Move on. We've got a few more. I mean, we got 20 minutes left. Is there? Do you want to like go around and maybe promote upcoming events or the next type of event where you guys could you're going to be doing something for not only you, but anybody that wants to join. That would be great.
I would like to promote.
Sure. Go ahead, Lisa.
Okay, so we have our June 13th at Catherine's in Goshen. That we have that up on our Facebook page right now where you can buy tickets, which we only have 10 tickets left, by the way, I'm happy to say.
Yeah.
And I just recently secured the Sussex Inn in New Jersey. It was an old hotel built in the 1800s. They're known to have a lot of activity. I think it's NJPP, New Jersey Paranormal Project, has been there a few times. They've gotten a lot of activity there. I'm thinking about reaching out to them to see if they want to join us, but I just landed that date for July 18th. We're going to do an event there. And as of today, we just got the chance for August 8th. We're going to be doing our evening investigation. We just secured that date. So all these dates will be coming up. And
fantastic.
I'll have all the links.
Awesome.
And we're working on September right now.
That's
Working on
great.
September. In our October, we will be at the Warrens Occult Museum. We will be a vendor at the expo, and we're hoping people come to visit us. Debbie will be selling her jewelry, and we'll be promoting our team.
I just wrapped this. It's
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's awesome.
amethyst to protect
So that's
me. But anyway, yeah, in September we're going to be securing a date. I can pick whatever date I want. It's the Horse and Sulky in Campbell Hall. It's been there forever. Again, another very old place. It used to be a brothel. I mean, a lot of history there. And then Catty Corner is a cemetery, and then in back there's a house that Sarah Wells and Thomas Bull lived in when they were first married, and they do a little tour. So we're trying to do like a little 3-parter thing. We want to do it before it gets cold again, and we'll do a dinner, and we'll do a little walking and do a little investigating. There's a lot of activity there. I do bring my stuff with me when I work.
That's great. These are definitely great opportunities. Now, Deb, where can people and listeners find these opportunities offered? Is it still on the Full Moon Paranormal Facebook page?
We've been putting our events on Facebook at this moment. We'll put it on there at Full Moon Paranormal. They can also email us at any time at fullmoonparanormal@yahoo.com, or private message us at any time, and we're really good at responding. So, like, if you really want to do the Catherine thing, Catherine's, I believe, has never been investigated.
No,
Lisa?
never.
Right? So nobody's ever been able to get in there. We got in there.
The food is really good too.
So this should be good. It'll be good because we've never done it, and nobody. So this should be fun. It'll be good. Food is amazing. So if you really want to go, and you said you're going to go on our event, please get in touch with us ASAP and purchase your ticket without holding tickets for anybody. So if you're going to pay, you got to pay it. You got to do it.
Yeah, I mean, no offense to everybody that's listening, but shit or get off the pot. And I think what I love about what you ladies do, because I've been watching with Al, is it's super affordable, more so than other people's. I mean, it's really affordable.
We're not out to make any money. We just want to ghost hunt. We just ghost investigate. But that's what we want to do, and we want to do it together as groups and people. We're para unity.
I'm with you, para unity.
Yay!
2 thumbs up with that. Yeah.
And be together and do with other investigators and learn from each other and share, and that's how you grow and you learn.
My thumbs up too. You don't see it, and I have it up.
We're going to Philadelphia, Lisa and I. We signed up for a boot camp with Brian Cano. We're going to be there all day. We're going to be learning a lesson, doing a ghost hunt, learning lessons, doing ghost hunt. Then we're doing a major ghost hunt at the end of the night. I mean, we paid money to do it, but it's a learning experience. We'll have something to bring back to everybody.
Yeah. Brian's a great guy. I had the pleasure to meet him and work with him when I was at the New Jersey Para Unity Festival, which is like, in my opinion, I think it's number 3 in the country of like the ones you want to be going to. It's family friendly. I brought my 2 daughters one time with Al. I think both Al and my youngest didn't shut up the whole day. And then, but it was,
and don't forget, I almost knocked down all of his displays when I was in there. Remember? I backed into like half his wall went like this. I was like, oh shit!
Yeah. So cute.
And then when I did it, it was great talking with Brian, and he has a certain methodology, which was the history of the paranormal. I loved it. I was a little bit different because, I mean, I can't bring real aliens. I can get a boatload of illegal aliens to come. So, I mean, like, trying to offer something to everybody. So I had video going. I had all these real great videos of UFOs, and I do have actual alien pictures. I've been sent and I've acquired. They're pretty awesome. So hopefully this year we'll get that mailed right there with a new haircut to join in, and we'll be because I was definitely invited back, and I'm going to take them up on it. Because I think it's an awesome event. There's a lot of great people that I met through Al and the Boo. There's a bunch of different people that I met that do some good work, and I'd love to see you ladies there too.
Yeah, we're going.
Yeah, I'd like to meet you guys and just say hi and find out everybody's shirt size so we can send them a T-shirt or something. We'll send you something.
Extra large here, baby.
We have women cut.
Oh my God.
Whatever cuts you want, we can do it.
Yeah. Out of control.
No.
Brian, reel him in, Brian. It's out of control.
This is great. This is pure.
Do the shirts come in dog sizes?
Yes, I can get you a dog T-shirt if you want with something on it as well. That's not a problem. It'll probably be from either NoBoBuMe or some one of the things that I do with Al or myself. But this is awesome that I had you guys on, and I'm sorry, Bill, William.
So fun.
I don't know if you go by Bill, so
Yeah,
to have you on and whoever
We
else.
appreciate this. This is amazing. Thank you.
Look,
Yeah.
Al knows it, and I'm sure he's said
Thank you
it.
for having us.
Oh, please come back anytime you want. Honestly, if you want to talk about something, if you got something on your mind, that's what this is all about.
Can I just add one more thing?
Yes, you can add 10 more things if you want.
I just wanted to let you add this. Bill, who's not with us tonight, but he has started monthly paranormal meetups at the Clemson Brother Brewery in Middletown. So the next meetup is going to be
May 17th.
Monday, May 17th. And he has a link on his page, Casper Paranormal.
Yes.
Food purchases required, and Krista Cesare is speaking at that meetup.
Yeah.
So definitely, you want to put attending. It's on his.
And Maria and her daughter Jolene.
Oh wait, you can have to go see that.
Oh,
You got to go to his site, Casper.
yeah, we also share his link on our page. I missed it, Debbie. What did you say? I missed it. What did she-
I said the ladies of the ghost hunt, my sister-in-law Maria and her daughter and her group, they're amazing. They share everything, everybody's stuff. We're all together, and this is one. And yeah, that was a great meetup that we had.
Oh, it was
really
awesome.
great.
You know, Debbie, what we should share that Debbie, the EVP that we got, the weird one, we should share it with them and see what they think of it.
Sure. You have it. Can you send it in the messenger and I'll share it?
Yes, can you listen to it?
Definitely.
I'll have to explain. We did an EVP at that area. It was like a sacred area. And when I played the EVP back on the spot through a speaker, you got these sounds that are not of this earth. That's all we can say. It played over everything that we recorded.
So when I listened
I did share
I
the
was
EVP.
not there. When
Sure.
I listened to that was what I hear when I go astral project.
Okay.
When I leave my body and I go into that other realm, if you want to call it, that is the sounds that I hear. It's like clank, like I got my tools. It's like clank, clank.
It's weird noises, yeah.
Like
instruments.
in the kitchen, throw dishes
Send
around
it to him.
and then it sounds like a train, and you're like, ooh, and then you're in the other side. Like, I don't know if it's the other side, but I'm here. I can see my place. It's just different. It's a different feel when you're in flight.
And we heard doors closing. It was almost like another dimension. We'll have to send it to you and email it because it's too long. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that definitely, and we can, we could revisit, or I'll play it on another show, or we'll add it to our show notes. We'll definitely, because not only did we go live, we did live stream tonight, and I want to thank you because you're my first ever live stream for the NoBoBuMe that I do, Nobody But Me. I appreciate it very much having all of you on, and like I said to Al, you ladies even William that's not here right now, I beg you, if you have something you want to share or whatever, just I'm your Huckleberry. Just
thank you.
You get on. We're I know when I do stuff with Al, we've been doing it. We're all about. We always decided from point A, share the raw stuff, work. Because I'm sitting there with earphones on. Al's sitting like I don't hear anything, and I'm like Al, I'm telling you, it's there. It's telling you to go get a haircut. That's what it's telling. But he doesn't, but we pick it up. But what's great about that, when we share stuff, it allows, investigators like yourselves to say, I heard him say something about use wax on his head. But
I'm going to kick the shit out of you.
Wednesday, he's going to kill me, by the way. So
I'm going to kick the shit out of him.
Yeah. No, actually, it's the truth, though. We share all this stuff. And Al was doing an interview, and they went to our website and got the photos that Al was talking about on an investigation. And we must have looked at these things 1,000 times, Al, like on a small set to like a 70-inch TV. We missed it because we're too connected to it. So this guy goes and look.
Fresh eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, Bigfoot. We have a dogman in it. It's amazing. So I love the fact that you do what you do. And I love the cohesiveness with this group and the other investigators. I mean, everybody looks happy. There's not one person that has like a look like, like they just took a dump or something. Everybody's really happy and, pardon the expression, but I've seen some of these people that go out and they're like, it's like, okay, what are you doing here? Time for your medicine. Go home now. But I love the fact that you're, not only doing it as, your group, but there's the Casper, it's Full Moon, it's all these groups in the, I guess, Hudson Valley. And I didn't know how, pardon the information, fucked up the Hudson Valley was. I mean, look, it's not for
everything.
No, but seriously, like, Al's like, dude, got another one right now. And I'm like, what the hell? Where do you guys live? But then again, we all live in New York State, so that's a hellhole right now.
Hey, listen, the Dutch, Nick, when the Dutch settled the Dutchess County, they named it the Devil's Playground because of all the paranormal activity in the county itself. So there you go.
Well, it's not just. I mean, when I hear paranormal, for me, I don't know if you ladies feel the same way. I think of ghosts, spirits, that type of stuff. When I think of metaphysical or whatever, I'm thinking like more aliens and I don't know, some other entities that are not ghost related, or cryptids or something like that. But your area has it all. I mean, this is great. And you know what? And I'll say it, there's very few all-female teams out there, and very few. And I'm surprised because, I mean, they should be promoting this even more. You guys all should have a TV show. That would be great.
We love and support each other too. That's like so important. Yes. Like we truly do.
But and it shows because you guys can all, and I use the term guys, but ladies, you all play nicely with each other. No one monopolizes the sandbox, and I love that fact. And I can't thank you enough for coming on. So where can we find it here?
It's learning from each other also. It's bouncing off each other and learning and teaching at the same time, because why not? I know when I know something, I want everybody to know it. When I learn something, as like, I want everybody to know this too. Yep.
I mean, I agree with you, and I love the fact that you're doing what you're doing. So unfortunately, I think our time is up for right now. And before my computer crashes, I want to thank everybody for coming on NoBoBuMe. I really do appreciate it. And we're gonna put this. It's live stream now, but it's gonna be on InsideTheGoblinUniverse.podbean.com. I will share everything with you, and then the copy, and everybody's name will be there. And remember to put in all your everybody text me their next event so I can list it too, so people can jump in as well, if you don't mind.
Okay, not at all. And we'll send you that
The
That
audio.
video clip.
Yeah, I just need your email. I can forward it, I think.
Sure.
Yeah.
I will provide that for you, but I thank you all very much. And until next time, America,
Should I do that?
I appreciate it. And there's a boo.
Debbie.
Good night. Thank you very much.
Good night,
everybody.
good night, everyone.
Good night. Thank you.
Good
Good
night.
night. Thanks for having us.
All right.
Good night,
Bye.
everybody. Thank you, ladies. It's been a pleasure. A lot of fun. Ciao.
It's been amazing, and I can't thank everybody enough for joining us here on the show. I mean, it's been wonderful. Al, and all these ladies, they're all so freaking talented, which is very interesting. I'm just trying to remove all these things here and get me back up in my, I wish this was my apartment thing, which it's not. But I can't thank you all enough. And I'm going to remove, I can't remove myself from the studio, but again, go to Full Moon Paranormal at yahoo.com if you want to get in touch with them. They're also on Facebook. There's Casper. And come and join us next time around. We're gonna have some more stuff. We're gonna be doing a musical thing coming up very, very soon. We're switching gears from well, not really, but it should be interesting. But until then, bye.